Paul became a Christian for only 3 days and he's already seeing visions. If Paul only became powerful because of his encounter with Jesus, then how come Paul kept increasing in power day by day even after his encounter? Have you ever wondered how Paul kept increasing in power? How Paul lived a lifestyle of continually healing the sick, casting out demons, and even raising the dead? Acts 9:22 says that Saul's preaching became more and more powerful, and the Jews in Damascus couldn't refute his proofs that Jesus was indeed the Messiah. What did Paul do special that each and every day he was increasing more and more in this power? Because he kept increasing in power, Acts 19:11-12 says, "Now God worked unusual miracles by the hands of Paul, so that even handkerchiefs or aprons that brought forth from his body to the sick, and the diseases left them, and the evil spirits went out of them." In this video, I'll explain Paul's secret of power and how we can use it in our own lives. It all started on the road to Damascus. In Acts 9, it says that Paul was traveling to Damascus, and that while traveling, Paul encountered a bright light that was Jesus, and Paul became blinded. Paul then accepts Jesus Christ and has to wait 3 days for Ananias to lay his hands on Paul for Paul to be healed. Notice what happens to Paul while his 3 days of waiting. Acts 9:11-12 says, "So the Lord said to him, Arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judas, for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he is praying, and in a vision he has seen a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him, so that he may receive his sight." Paul became a Christian for only 3 days, and he's already seeing visions. Many Christians in their entire lifetime don't see visions at all. But Paul, just being a Christian for less than 3 days, is already seeing them. Ananias then lays his hands on Paul and heals him. Paul goes back to the synagogues preaching that Jesus is Christ. But notice something interesting in Acts chapter 9, verse 22. Saul's preaching became more and more powerful. Let's have a recap of what happened so far. Paul became a Christian less than 3 days ago, and he's already seeing visions and increasing power day by day. What was Paul doing that caused him to increase in power? If you guys are enjoying this video so far and want more supernatural Christian content like this, make sure to like the video and to subscribe to this channel. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Before I answer what Paul was doing that made him increase in power, I first want to answer a common misconception that people have. Some people say the reason why Paul was so powerful was because he was someone special, and that Jesus encountered him on the road to Damascus. If Jesus encountered me like that, I would also be powerful like Paul. If Paul only became powerful because of his encounter with Jesus, then how come Paul kept increasing in power day by day even after his encounter? Here's another way to put it. Let's say Paul's power level was at a 0 before his encounter. After encountering Jesus, let's say that he received power, and his power level is now at 100. His power level should stay at a constant 100, but according to verse 22, it says that Paul was increasing power day by day. So that means that Paul was doing special, that his power level was going from like 100 to 120 to 140 and so on. So what was Paul doing that allowed him as a 3-day-old Christian to see visions and to increase in power? The answer is in verse 9. "And he was 3 days without sight, and neither ate nor drank." The only thing special that Paul did was that he fasted for 3 days. Once he started fasting, he saw visions and increase in power day by day. I want to encourage you to at least dedicate 1 day a week to fasting. The more we begin to fast, the more we have supernatural encounters such as visions and encounters from God. Thank you for watching this video. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so it'll be a great blessing when you subscribe. And check out this video on the screen.